and welcome to the rooftop of the Swedish Pavilion. Today with me I have Annie Lindmark from Sweden, and she's here to tell us a little bit about One Empowerment. And it's so nice to have you here in Dubai at Expo 2020. And I would like you to tell me a little bit about One Empowerment. What is that and what are you doing?
Yes, so happy to be here. One Empowerment is a company and a network that we started almost 8 years ago. We create today meetups and tools in order for making people have a more meaningful life.
Okay.
So it's everything from actually facilitating conversation workshops to having presentation, talking about why we need more meaningful conversations in today's society. And we also have a product called Empower Cards, which we kind of use when we facilitate.
Okay, and why do we need to have more meaningful conversations? What are the people that you are meeting? What are you saying about that?
It all started, I think, 8 years ago when we started W Empowerment, which is the network that we have had so many different meetups during the years. And one thing that we really seen is when we put two people together and help them a little bit to start talking about a little bit more of their strengths, what they think is important in life, what their driving forces is, it really creates magic. So it is about shifting the focus to maybe talking about what are you doing, what is your job, what is your title, and shifting it to more why are you doing this, what is your passion, what is your meaning of actually going to work every day or doing these activities or not.
And here at Expo, what are you doing here?
So now at Expo, we are here the whole week. We are having 2 different sessions at the Swedish Pavilion where we first off ask people that pass what questions do we need to ask more often. So really picking their brains about what questions are we missing out in today's society to ask. Not only like how was your weekend, but more like how are you, like what makes you happy. So that are we doing, and then we're also having 2 presentations facilitating and getting people more interactive through conversations.
And you had the first session today.
Yes.
And can you tell me a little bit about that? Did you have any meaningful conversations?
Yes, I mean, it was so interesting to see all the people passing in the Swedish Pavilion, talking to them, presenting this whole concept of why we need to talk more about things that are important to you. One thing that really struck me and Sophie was how many people who said that the question, what makes you happy, needs to be asked more often. So that really struck our hearts, and I think that is such an important question that we far too seldom ask ourselves, like what makes you happy and how can you do more of those things in life.
And that is kind of a kind of a question that, as you say, you don't ask that kind of question. You take it for granted that, okay, this is, people are hopefully happy, and we don't ask each other about that. So.
No, and we don't take the time to really think about it.
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly what is it that makes me happy in my life, in my everyday life, and what does that tells me? Is it my family? Is it the purpose of me going to my work, etc.? So it's a lot of answers in answering those questions.
And now with me I have Sophie Jonsson, who also started One Empowerment together with Annie Lindmark. And Annie, she mentioned something about the tools that you are using to have this meaningful conversation. And can you tell me a little bit about the tools? Because I think that is really interesting.
Thank you. Absolutely. I think it's super interesting and something that is really, really important. It's called Empower Cards, the tool, and it's really good for self-development and for actually working with your mental health. It's a lot of easy ways to work with mental health. It can be like meditation, yoga, and so on. But actually, conversation is something that is really easy and something you do every day. So instead of just talking to each other and
like we are doing.
Yes, exactly. But we are actually doing what I would say is a meaningful conversation.
Okay, good.
And Empower Card is a tool that helps people to create more of those meaningful conversations. So it's actually based on 3 themes. It's gratitude, values, and dreams.
And because I have these cards, and
Oh,
I know
I love it.
yeah, they are really good, and it's cards, right? So it's not like questions that you can find on the internet. It's the physical cards.
Exactly, and I think the thing with having physical cards is super good because you focus on the present. So you are really like here and now. You can't do anything else except holding this card. And we have picked the themes because gratitude is really focused on being present and what you actually have in life. Shifting focus from what you don't have to appreciate what you have. And values is a lot about who you are, what you stand for, and what is important for you. And the dreams is just to be like a visionary talking about the future.
And among those questions, which one is your favorite? Is it the dreams or the vision or?
No, I think like I love to dream and I like to be a visionary. And for me, personal, it's a challenge sometimes to be like here and now and being present. But actually my favorite one is value because it's kind of like the heart and soul in everything.
Yes. And I mean, you have been going on for 8 years. It's a long time. And what do you see in the future? What are you hoping for?
No, so when we're starting with like W Empowerment. That was like a network for women, inspire each other and learn from each other. And then we understand like, okay, personal development, it should be like for everyone. And then we changed like one empowerment. And we talk with private persons, we're doing workshops and companies. So I think in the future, we like the private life and your professional life will be like even more tied in together. Personal life and professional life being divided will not exist anymore. So I think everything will be like more fluid, and then personal development will be even more important to navigate.
So you do have a place in people's lives with the cards and your mission.
Exactly, both like home with families, with friends, maybe on your first date, but especially I think on the workspace and in business it will be even more important.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for watching, and there will be more live interviews with our partner organizations and other organizations and interesting people that we will meet here at Expo 2020 in Dubai. Thank you.